Alright, kia ora team, and welcome to episode 45 of Yarns with Beef and Matt, brought to you by LSKD and Frog Grips. I'm Beef.
I'm Matt.
And joining us today, he is a CrossFit Games athlete, returning to the Games this year with a new roster in the teams division. He's the owner of CrossFit EXF in Brisbane. He's the man with the best mullet on the competition floor, and a day one Yarn supporter. It's Moses Petelo. How are you, brother?
Hey guys, I'm good. How you boys?
We're doing good. We're doing real good.
Yeah, man. Good as. Bit cold over here. How's the weather over there?
It's not. I mean, it's not as bad. It is cold for us Queenslanders, but I don't think it'll be as cold as where you guys are.
No.
I'm a little bit bougie with all these layers on me. So. But it's not as bad. I don't think it's that bad here.
Oh, how good. Got the LSKD puffer. I haven't copped that one yet.
Oh,
okay.
It's a hoodie underneath with the puffer vest on top, you know.
I've seen you on a couple LSKD posters there, mate. Big time ambassador.
Nah, it's their local brand, so kind of got on board once they hit the CrossFit surface, Torian Pro. That's kind of like where kind of kicked off when they kind of came into the scene and the CrossFit scene about a couple of years ago. When we went to the games. So
yeah, because you're Logan home as well, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah. So only like 5 minutes away from the HQ.
Yeah, that's loose. Was like Loose Kid and LKI, was that big around as well?
So LKI, Loose Kid Industries, Loose Kid. Yeah, so they've been around for years. And funny story, me and Jace kind of know each other from back in the day, from when we used to party in festivals around 20 years ago. So it's kind of like a real funny circle that comes back around. I mean, it started off with the motocross and BMX, and I wasn't really into that. We just kind of had mutual friends, and we kind of caught up at festivals, and look, here we are, you know. He comes to the gym. He was here this morning, so he comes to the box here and trains. So, dude. And it's kind of funny, you know, circle all the way back around from our party days. Now, you know, we've got our own businesses. I mean, they're doing really, really well in the scene, and it's just kind of good. You know, he's a very smart guy. You know, and he's a humble person, you know. I'm sure you guys met him when you guys were here in Brizzy.
Nah, he was away in Sydney or Perth, one of the two.
Yeah. But
we were trying to sit down for a podcast with him, but he was away.
Yeah, man. If you ever get a chance to put him in front of the camera, and he's very inspiring and a good guy, you know. We always have good chats after class, you know, every weekend. And he's just a good dude, just a genuine good dude.
Yeah, so, no doubt. You have to build the sort of empire that he has.
Oh, man, it's just his values. And I think that's where we kind of kick on really well, is our values here at the box, and his values, obviously it just aligns really well. And I think that's why we just kick on really well. And you know, his business and what he's created there at LSKD is just, you know, when you walk into that place, it's just like you're in happy vibes straight away. You know, you're like, holy crap, you know, everyone's just so happy around here. Everyone understands the culture, you know, what they've got going on there, and it's just, you just feel good. So no, he's done really well to build that brand up.
100%. I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, you walk in there and it's just mean. It's just cool.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
We're glad you got the same story. We're giving Carol a bit of stick, just saying that was an act while we're here, and as soon as we leave, back to normal.
Nah, man. Honestly, every time you step foot in that HQ, it's just like everyone's just so happy. Everyone's just so welcoming, and it's just you know, when you walk into a CrossFit box, you know, everyone. Yeah. You know, I mean, a CrossFit box, it's very homely, very family orientated vibe, and they've got that right there at the HQ. So that's good.
How good. Anyway, this is the Moses Petelo show, or the EXF show, whatever you want to call it. But let's throw it back to the younger Moses. What was he doing? Where did he grow up and stuff?
Yeah, I grew up in Wellington, in Tawa, so Welly boy. I lived there since when did I move over? 2007. So I played a lot of football. I call it football, but soccer, you know, because there's obviously the rugby scene, you know. So I caught it football back in the day, and I played soccer when I was 4 all the way up to when I think I stopped playing around 24. I moved over here to trying to kick off a football career, but you know, just things got in the way and lost kind of that passion. But as a kid growing up, I was very passionate footballer. Obviously, like every kid, you know, they want to make it to the top, and I did get as far as making it to the World Cup as a junior under 17 or what. So And we went into World Cup in 2007. That's when I made the move over to Brisbane straight after that.
Were you playing with like Marco Rojas and Chris Wood and stuff?
Chris Wood, he was in my team. Yeah, we were in the same team. And Costa.
He was in your team, bro. Yeah.
I
wouldn't get him.
Those boys are on my team. It was
and Costa, you say as well.
Yeah, Costa, good mate of mine, and good. You know, we grew up together pretty much. We always had. He played for Miramar and the Greek. Is that Olympic? Yeah. Olympic, yeah. And we always had battles, you know, like. And then when we played Federation ones in Fed, we would always carve up at the tournament. So that was a good old days. And then moving on, I dabbled in a little bit of basketball, even though I was a short guy. I just loved running around. And I think at college basketball, I used to play and just chase the ball. I wasn't really good at shooting, but I was just good at defending and running after it. So I think the coach put me in there just to D
energy. It's just energy.
But no, honestly, I just played a lot of football growing up, and then try to make a career over here in Brisbane. And then when you start meeting girls and the party life, it kind of like drifts away, and that passion starts to go away. Yeah. So it's just like I moved here to trying to pursue a football career. I had an opportunity to go to America, but it was just too far away for a scholarship. I just didn't think it was, being that young, like Australia was just across the ditch, and then mum and dad would always be around in case. I was only a young kid then. So
do you regret that? Because I got a young fellow I know, he plays for Hamilton Wanderers, and he has the same opportunity, and he wants to turn it down as well. Do you regret?
No, I don't regret that, because what I've got here, with my wife, the business that we have, the family, the kids I have, I don't think I regret it. But who knows what could happen if I went to the US with a system that obviously I would have been in school, or would have been, it could have been a different path. So I don't regret not taking that decision and going over there. But at the same time, who knows what could have happened? I know a friend of mine, Jakey Gleason, he was a goalkeeper for our team. He went over and pursued that, and he ended up playing in the MLS for Portland Timbers, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could have been different. I mean, I could have gone there and just partied again. But no, I don't regret that decision. Like, coming here is probably the best thing that's ever happened. Like I said, mentioning my wife, my 3 kids, and the business that we have, I love the life that I have right now. So I don't regret that. And it's a hard one to say. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'd say, listen to your gut. If that's the kid that you're talking about, just listen to your gut and see where that takes you.
Nice. He doesn't listen to this, so it's all good.
You'll have to show him. You'll have to show him.
I'm like, this guy Moses? No?
But yeah, there was a young Moses coming up playing football, and I did play a bit of gridiron. I think American football. Yeah, not a lot, but I was really interested in playing that another sport, and played a bit of American football, and that's what got me to do CrossFit, was because I tore my ACL.
True.
And then I was like, yeah, bro, tore my ACL, and that's what got me into CrossFit. Is because I was like, I need to do something. I need to do something else other than play sport again.
So when CrossFit comes into the picture, where's the first gym?
First gym was at Torian with Royce as my coach, as the coach at lunchtime. Yeah, that was my first ever experience. I was nervous as hell. I used to bag out CrossFit so much when I was a gym goer. Yeah. And then my wife says, "Hey, go try CrossFit out. See if it, if you enjoy it, you can try it out. And if you enjoy it, we'll keep pursuing it." And then, Royce, I remember Royce took the first class. I'm like, this dude is massive. I was like, holy heck, I want to look like that fella.
He's big, man.
Yeah, so that was my very first CrossFit class at the lunchtime at Torian. And then from there, I lived about 30 to 40 minutes away. So it was kind of hard going back and forth every day. But I loved it, right from the start. And then from there, kind of took it back to where I was training at. And then, kind of the rest is history. I just enjoyed it from there and just pursued it.
Do you remember the first workout?
No. I think it was a bench press. And I think it was just bench press, and I think it was I can't entirely remember, but I can tell you my very first CrossFit workout. That was at a gym.
Oh yeah, what was it?
DT.
Oh yeah.
And I sucked ass in that too.
What weight did you go?
Was that?
Did you go 70?
Oh, of course, man. I was like, I went to like a Globo gym, and At that time, I would have been maybe about 100+ kilos. I was just a bodybuilder. I like bodybuilding a little bit. And 70 kilo barbell. I'm like, that's piss easy, like easy as. And I remember it took me, I think, like 15 minutes or something like that, 16 minutes to finish that workout.
Yeah.
And your front rack with your bars just like this.
You're probably holding it, bro.
And then your shoulder overhead is just like in front of you like this.
Yeah,
having the worst time. At the sorest back either as well.
Probably had like a split stance going on.
Oh,
bro.
You can name it, bro.
The 70 got real humbling.
Oh, dude. And I remember looking at the times. I was like, man, that's pretty fast, eh? And I'm like, how am I not that quick,
Look back the video now where you're like, holy, what am I doing?
Yeah, so that's just one. I remember that very first workout, my CrossFit workout was DT.
Fuck, I did DT not long ago at a comp. When was Sweet Drops?
April.
It was in a team of 3 synchro at the end of a competition. Man, I think we got 4 rounds done. I think it was like a 7-minute cap. And we got 4 rounds done. Man, that workout still crushes me, eh?
Yeah. You know what? I still haven't done DT proper, like a proper DT, like actual. I haven't done that since then. True. I think that scares me.
Oh, just PTSD from it.
Oh, dude, I've done versions of it. Like with burpees and like like an emo, like every 2 minutes you got to do burpees. I've done like calorie version of a DT, but not actual DT. So
have you done like a team DT on the worm?
Yes, I've done a team DT before. I think we did that in at Mayhem. I think it was in Mayhem when we went to the games.
Yeah,
with, a couple of years ago. So we done with the worm.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, look, I have not tested it out properly. So maybe after this video, I might go and
go on, bro.
It out.
Don't get injured.
I'll leave it. Nah.
Yeah, that'd be all good. Oh, you go, bro.
Oh, so good, man. I just wanted to ask a little bit about your heritage, bro, because I did see that when you were at the games, you had the Samoan flag. I thought that was pretty special, seeing an athlete from the islands. So, born in Wellington, living in Australia. Sort of, what is a bit of your heritage, a bit of your background?
Yeah, so my dad is Samoan and my mum's Māori, so I'm half and half caste.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those cool moments going to the games, and I can't recall like an islander going to the CrossFit Games. So I just wanted to use that platform to really, showcase that anyone in our culture can make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was one of the special moments, and I remember just posting up that photo of me holding the flag, and it's just the responses I got from it, just inspired the Pacific Islanders. And coming back from the games, I just seen more like Pacific Islanders do CrossFit, which is good. I'm actually, that's what I wanted to do, is just inspire our culture to get involved and do it, because we have some phenomenal athletes, in Pacific Islanders. They just need the right direction,
Oh,
so it was just one of those moments that I just thought I posted up, and it was cool. But yeah, my dad's half Samoan. So I'm half Samoan, dad's Samoan, and mum's Māori.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's massive, bro. Because I actually listened to Hiko. He was on a podcast last week, a couple of weeks ago. But just hearing how cool it was to take the Māori to the Torian Pro and to go there and to be Māori and to represent the culture, because we're obviously seen as sort of like a minority in the sport, and Pacific Islanders and Māori can be given a bad rap health-wise. So it's fucking awesome to have role models like you and Hiko and stuff out there representing the culture. It's awesome, bro.
100%. When I seen him on the floor, Hiko, when he's, after like every event, his his little thing at the end was just like, that's cool. It's cool to see. I really see that in our sport, and more that Pacific Islanders can get involved in, which they are, and then take it to that next step. It's just like the stepping stone for our culture, or our people,
Quick shout out to Luke Fiso, by the way.
Yeah,
did go to the games, and I know he's massive on the heritage side of it as well. So
yeah,
it was real good for that to happen. And it's funny because you look at the scene, especially in New Zealand. I can't really speak to the Australian. I haven't really done too many comps over there, but there's a lot of like Pacific Islanders and Māori coming through, and man, they can throw down. And I think to what you're saying there, like just to take that next step, like fuck, it's dangerous, like because there's some hitters out there, man. There's some hitters, yeah.
And I do obviously want to shout out to my, my family side, Solo Solo and Vailele and Samoa, and the Rangatiki and Tufari Tour back at home. So they're, obviously I should have mentioned that from the start. From my parents' side. Hopefully Dad's listening to this and he can respect that. So, and Mum.
No, that's awesome, bro. Good shout. How much of your disciplines and how much of your culture do you take from, that side of your life and apply that to what you're doing in the gym and into everyday life?
To be honest, I didn't really grow up into the, my cultural side, which I was brought up more of like I wouldn't say brought up, but I chose to become a westernized kid because of playing football. Mm-hmm. And hopefully after, like everything settles down, I would love to go back and learn a bit more about my culture. But other than that, like it's just I always go back home and always be reminded, of the people there. And I went home at Christmas and it's just reminded me of, my family, and I really want to get in touch with it, at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was brought up at a school where, it wasn't a lot of Pacific Islanders. It was, a multicultural school. I didn't really go to Sunday school. And, so I didn't really learn about my culture. I was always playing football or sporting on the weekends. I didn't really get in touch with it. My sisters did when we were growing up. So I would love to go back one day and really learn about my culture and understand it a little bit more. But otherwise, I still haven't, it still touches me every time I step out on a competition floor. I always feel that mana in me, and I always feel that power from, my Pacific Islander side. I can really vision it when I walk out on the floor, or even in training, just there's something crazy about Pacific Islanders. We can build some pretty cool thing or do some pretty cool things if you can manifest it, that mana and that, but otherwise, one day I'll get back into it and I'll learn about my culture.
Yeah, that's massive. Like, do you know J-Boy, Johnny Timu?
Yeah. J-Boy.
Like, we went to his gym and they embrace all that culture. It's really, really cool. He's got like established 25? It's like 19. It's 1925, I think.
1926, I think.
Like something around there, and you say to him like, "Oh, why? Like you guys haven't been around that long. CrossFit hasn't been around that long." And for him, it's like it's a heritage thing. It's a cultural thing. Like that's the year that they sort of went for independence and stuff. Yep. So I think that's really cool how he ties it in with his gym and that. So that's massive.
Yeah, he's doing good things back at home, in Auckland. I've seen that. He's big. He's a massive influencer to his, to his people back home. Yeah. And it's good to see. We caught up just before Torian too as well on talking back and forth on Instagram. So he's a good dude. We always catch up here and there. So I caught up at Torian Pro as well. So he's a good dude. I like what he's doing back at home. So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, no, that's massive. Discipline Games over here is a huge series of competitions, and Brown Pride always shows up with some money. Yeah. It's pretty hard out.
Right, it's something about us Pacific Islanders we can really bring in the hype.
Yeah, 100%.
There was NZ Champs last year, and the final, it was a gangster final, and the teams, like literally, it was like a 25-meter shuttle, and then on the way back, you had to climb one rope climb, run and tag.
I've seen that.
Oh, bro, when the Brown Pride crew went, I was competing against them, and I was like, "What game, boys?"
Was it the video where that guy just jumped up? Or he almost just jumped and one he just grabbed it and then touched it and come back down. Yeah. He was like swinging, almost fell off. Is that the video?
It's that one. And then what had happened before him? So the first guy goes, he comes down and the rope gets tangled around the bar. And then the next guy goes, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's he gonna do?" Just jumps up, bro. And I was like, "Oh!" And then Matt, bro, go, it's your go. I'm like, "Nah, G, I'm watching."
Sitting back and like, "Oh, still my go."
Man, we got rolled in that. Anyway, but yeah, it was they're so good. That Brown Pride crew, fuck, they go hard. They go real hard. Anyway, let's take it back to your side of things. EXF, before we get into like the Torian, I know you're going to the games and we want to talk about Torian, but CrossFit EXF, talk us through that. That's your affiliate, right?
Yeah, 100%. My wife and I own CrossFit EXF. We started off as just a functional gym. I started running boot camps, I think 7 years ago or 7 years ago, out in the park. And we started having like 30, 40 people come in these boot camps on the weekend, and started doing them on the Tuesday, Thursday mornings. But then we realized, obviously, you know, when winter comes around and if it rains, you know, the numbers would drop. So we're like, oh, maybe we should just open up a little space. And it started out as just Exodus Fitness, functional gym. That's where it started off. And that's we wanted CrossFit Exodus, but it was taken. So we had to kind of play around with the names. And we, 2 years into our functional space, we turned it into a CrossFit affiliate. And I think it's been the best thing that we've ever done. Yeah, it just separates us from you know, what's happening out there, like the other functional things that, you know, spaces are going on. So when we started CrossFit EXF, it just really separated us, and people wanted to try it out. You know, when you're like, oh, you do CrossFit? Yeah, cool. Can I come and trial out? So perfect. And so from there, just kind of like evolved into this big community. And yeah, so pretty much it just started off at a small gym and a small little box, and then we moved to a new space that we're in right now. We almost like tripled the space. And we filled it up straight away. We thought, okay, this will just, you know, this will be enough for the open floor, the gym floor, and then we've got a kids room, we've got a masseuse room or chiropractor here, which I'll mention her a little bit later, and she's my secret weapon.
Yeah.
And we've got an office where we just had like nothing, just toilets and a gym floor. So we almost tripled the space, and we filled it up like within 6 months. So it was just one of those crazy things. Like we thought, okay, that would just accommodate the members that we have, but we just filled it up straight away.
That's amazing.
And the community just kept growing. And it was just from word of mouth. And I would say that our community is like the best. Yeah, it is the best. Yeah, I'll be biased, but it is like one of the best communities here in Brisbane. So
you have to be biased, man, like, because that's your community. Yeah, you have to be. That's your community, man. And I love it.
But yeah, that's how it started. You know, just a functional space. The boot camps out on the park, and then we turned into a little group fitness area. And then I started CrossFit, and I didn't know how to coach it, and did my level 1. And I still think today that's the best course anyone should do, level 1. Like regardless if you want to coach or not, if you understand the methodology and all of that and the movements. You know, you always start your first CrossFit session, you don't know what a push press and a push jerk is. You don't know, like there's still people to this day, like I don't even know what the difference is. Like that class or that course just really changed blew my mind, so I should say.
Yeah.
And from there we turned into an affiliate, and like I said, it's been the best thing that we've ever done. And it's good. The community keeps growing here. Yes. So it's good.
With you guys affiliating, I saw that you affiliated in 2020. So like in the heart of COVID. But you still managed to blow up. So how did that affect you guys?
Well, we just had we didn't see it coming, but we had like plans and in place. So when we started off with when COVID happened, we distributed out all the equipment and we wrote out programs, you know, and people started, we did like these Zoom sessions, and it still kept the community intact. And so when COVID kind of like fizzled out a little bit, we came back and we said, stuff this, let's go CrossFit. Let's just be an affiliate and just really separate ourselves. And like I said, it's the best thing that we've ever done. And, sometimes in business, it's all about timing. And it was just the right time, I think, at that point. And once it switched over, the community came back. We didn't lose anyone from that COVID period, which was one of the scariest things, like we might not open again. And then when we come back, we had everyone come back to the gym, all helped out. And then the community just grew once we crossed over to an affiliate. So it's one of those scary things. I don't know. My wife and I just said, stuff it. What's the worst that can happen? If it closes down in a year, we can go back to what we were normally doing, But otherwise, it was one of the best decisions we made.
That's
probably on her part, not me.
That's really good. Like, credit to you, because there were quite a lot of gyms closing their doors, and I think credit to you to get through those tough times and to just fucking commit and to come back, like you said, with all your members intact. That's me. I mean, that speaks to sort of you and your wife running that place properly for them wanting to stay. Because like during those times, the biggest thing I was reminded is that a gym is a luxury for most people. So like, especially if they've got kids and if their jobs are on the line. So it's like, what can you offer them for them to want to stay? So I think that you obviously did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, and I think we care about people. I think that's one thing with my wife and I is we care. I'm not saying other gym owners don't, but we actually genuinely care about our people. And you know, if you just take it that little bit further, then people will see that, and just a little bit extra. Obviously, things that other people may not see, but there's others that do see the little bit extra that you go to, and that will just, they're the kind of like the foundational people that really hold the place together, that, you know, will speak on your behalf where we don't have to speak. We can just go a little bit further, just a little bit. And then those people that are our foundation people or members, they can go, oh, you know, come here. This is a really cool place. You know, we don't have to really say anything because our people that we try and keep together and look after, you know, they're the ones that are, you know, that they're EXF, you know what I mean? That's so, awesome. But it's good here. You know, we're, I always say it's a privilege to be in a position that I'm in, you know. It's hard to run a business, and I know it's hard to do things in life, but if you've got a good support system, and like my wife, she's the boss. She is everything. I think if it wasn't for her, I'd be lost. So even with my CrossFit career, it'd be hard if it wasn't for her.
I think you're speaking on behalf of most males.
Facts.
How good.
No, that's awesome, bro. Oh, well, to take it back to Torian, because we have just come off, well, about a month ago now. Time's flying. But actual. But the Torian Pro, that was phenomenal performance from you and the team. I did hear leading up to Torian, a lot of people had Torian Mayhem and Mayhem Thunder, sort of like they're going to play their own game, and it's all about who's going to get third. And there was that chatter going on. A lot of people were expecting our side to get through, but I know that EXF has always been in the mix for like the last few years. You've always been pushing those top guys. Did you hear any of that? Was any of that lighting a fire leading up to Torian?
Me personally, I don't like listening to the noise. Like, I think that's just being a gym owner itself. You know, there's always like gyms around here and stuff like that. So I don't really listen to the noise, but I did know what was happening. You know what I mean? But I don't let that affect me. I know the guys were kind of fired up about it, but I know that if you put in the hard work and you work your ass off, the results will speak for themselves. But I know that there was other good teams, like you said, our side. There was Grit as well. There was Chocolate Box. There was a ton of stacked teams this year. And I said to my guys, look, no matter what, I would always be proud of you. If we go into this weekend, at the end of the day, any team can go ahead. You know, it just has to fit the right team for the workouts. And just know that we've been putting in the work, and whatever we do on the floor, you know, we'll just accept. But, you know, let's go out there and give it our best. And I was confident from the start. When we put this team together, I was confident from the start. Otherwise, I wanted to go individual this year, just to, you know, test the waters out. You know, I said before, I went to the games 2 years ago and I got injured last year. I really wanted to test it out and see what I was capable of. But Jono and Lisa approached me just at the end of last year, and I was hesitant. But then when we kind of put the pieces together, I was like, nah, we're going to the games if we put this together. So I was confident with my guys, our guys were super confident, but it could have gone to anyone. You know what I mean? Like even I know like Mayhem Thunder and Torian, they were their favorites, but they could have dropped off, you know, or someone could have got injured. It could have been anyone's game on the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure, it's all about who's executing on the day.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, one thing that I took the experience from the previous years is that we would run through the workouts, and if we stuffed up, I would say, even if it was just a run through, didn't have to do workouts, like know your assignments, because we're all fit enough. Everyone on the floor is fit enough to go to the games. But it's the people that make those little mistakes that you just overtake the teams. And so we would run through the workouts. And if I was like, we weren't happy, do it again, start from the start, do it again, from the start. You know, so I was super proud of my guys that we didn't make any mistakes on the floor. You know, we executed as the best we could, and the results obviously spoke for themselves, but it was just more about execution. And our team just really came out on the floor, and just, you know, and then the energy on the crowd too, that helped so much. That helped. Just hearing the chants is like, it's unreal. that's unbelievable.
Oh shit, yeah. And definitely, you're right. Like you see those teams that do just make those small mistakes, especially in the earlier heats. You see sort of like, someone trying to get on the worm, like who's subbing out, who am I taking off?
Yeah.
And they're standing there. Those seconds just might lose you the workout.
Like we all know how to rope climb. We know how to jump on the echo bike and send it. We know how to, like those little things we all know how to do. It's just about those little, I would say just those little 1%ers, right? Just like you said, switching in the worm. We would practice switching in the worm just so we can be efficient.
Yeah.
So like you're doing this, you're doing that. And we swapped in the bag. Like just, it was constant like teamwork the whole weekend. And I was so proud of our guys for doing that really well. Like I said, no mistakes.
Yeah.
It was good.
Shit, that's cool. I had something there, but it's gone.
I felt like you had something there. That's what I was like.
No, okay. Going back to the question, yeah, the couple of guys were fired up. They were fired up after hearing the noise of what how come we're not in the mix? You know what I mean? Or how come we're not getting spoke? But I'm like, you know what, guys, if we go out there and give it our best, I'm sure we'll get there. So and it happened.
How good.
And
I remember it. You can be quiet now for a sec. Because we'll go straight back. Mine's a straight question. While it's still relevant, games or Torian for vibes?
Or I tell you the truth, like Torian for the vibes, but the CrossFit Games is just another beast. Like it is. Like I honestly say, like it is one of the coolest feelings. I think because that's the end point, right? That's just the top of the top. But in terms of like the boys at Torian, Jono and Mike just put on a great show. Like I always look forward going there every year. Like look forward to it. Like it's one of the coolest things getting back out on the Torian Pro floor. It's just like fuck. The whole, the corralling system, just walking out there, and then like the flames, and walking out and just see your own people cheering you on. I think that's why it's so special. But at the games, obviously, there's not that many of your supporters there, but it's still like one of those cool moments. Like this is the Olympics of our sport. You're stepping out on the, like the World Cup final stage. This is it, guys, enjoy the moment. So I remember 2 years ago, like every workout, just going out there on the floor, on the grass at North Park, and then in the Coliseum, it's like, fuck, I'm actually here.
Yeah.
So
that's giving me
vibes. Vibes, Torian Pro, but in terms of experience, definitely the games. Yeah. I can't wait to do to create more in Fort Worth, create more memories, and more excitement for what's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, it's going to be massive, and it's special for you guys too, because it is the first ever CrossFit Games in Fort Worth, so it's going to be epic. But
and I'm excited. Yeah, sorry, Karen.
Oh, sorry, just going to say that Jono and Mike, they do it proper. The Torian Pro is unreal, and I suppose like they're in a position to do it proper. Like the flames, like everyone talks about the flames. I watched the highlight video of Victor Hoffer crossing the line, and he's got a big pump, and I'm like, how much cooler would that be with just a
fireworks and stuff like that, like just going over his head,
Yeah, simple.
And the boys do an excellent job. They do an excellent job there. And like even like the performers, just little things. It just keeps the crowd entertained the whole way through. So vibes wise, definitely Torian Pro. They're the best of the best.
Shit, yeah. Did you catch the Polynesian performance?
I did actually.
How cool is that?
Cool. I was like, like you just get pumped in your seat. You just start like moving around with them too. You're like, no, they're local boys too. Then they're not far from here. They're about a good 45 minutes. Ruckus crew. So we've got to, like I said, in south of Brisbane, there's some awesome, like their community here in Logan is great. There's a couple of good boxes here, Koa, I'll give them a mention, and obviously like Ruckus and those guys, it's like they're creating a good Polynesian culture of CrossFitters coming through. So it's always good to see our guys do well on the scene. So even those boys crushed today. I thought the performance was awesome.
The synchro
oh man, even like just those like the muscle ups, the toes bar, all of them. I was like, these guys, damn.
Make it look easy too.
They look like legit athletes, man. Like I'm like, oh,
probably are.
Yeah.
But while we're talking on vibes, the Vibe event 2, the complex. Fuck, when you got on the bar, bro, that place went off. I know there was a lot happening, but you just know when someone specifically is getting all the attention, and you can just feel it. And it was you, bro, and that fucking complex was wild.
Oh man, honestly, like that bar felt a lot heavier than in training. I'll tell you that. Like I did that in training twice and I nailed it. And I've made that one look super hard on the day. I don't know what it was, but maybe it was a bit of the pressure of like, damn, I got to hit this. I actually blacked out on the jerk. I don't remember doing the jerk. I got up on the front squat and all I know is just like, cause you do you know when the jerk is, it's like it's more methodical. You go 3, 2, 1 jerk. I don't remember that part.
Oh shit.
I just got up on the front squat and I split jerk and I'm like, oh, I've got the bar over my head. I'm like, oh, I better stand it up. And I'm like, fuck, I got it. And then I just nuts. I think that's why it was the emotion. I'm like, oh shit, I just got it. I don't remember that part. I got out of the front squat and I think I caught it too high on my throat. And you ever get that point where you're like, shit, you're about to black out. That was that part. I don't remember.
I usually just put the bar down at that point.
Yeah, well,
have a rest.
I had no choice. It was either but it was the energy from the girls, man. The girls really set the platform. Adrian and Lisa really brought that, set the platform for us boys to kind of bring it home. But if it wasn't for them, I don't know how much power I would have had out of that jerk, but I had to get it. There was no other way of getting out of it. So I'll mention the girls for that. They brought the energy for us.
Yeah,
it was good though. That thing was unreal. It was unreal.
Fuck yeah, that'd be cool. I did like was it after the teams event? I can't remember. After one of the days, we were down on the floor. Like everyone had gone home. We were packing up.
It was Saturday
on the Saturday night. It was just after the team final, and so anyway, they were setting up for the demo for the next day, and I did like a clean and jerk at whatever's on the bar, just because I was like, oh fuck, no one's here, I'll do that. That was pretty cool. And then I was like thinking, fuck, like it's way different on the floor than on the stands. I was like, man, this is intense. You add a couple of thousand screaming fans.
Yeah.
I was like, and some flames. I was like, fuck, I reckon I could lift anything, man. Like, I mean, like that would be an intense atmosphere, man. Yeah.
It was, man. Like just because the music, the pressure. I think pressure is a privilege. I always think like that's when that's where you have to shine. Like those types of moments, you have to really pull something out. And like you said, the atmosphere, the music, the eyes, it's like you got to deliver. And it's like one of those moments you just freaking go for it. Training, I honestly, like I said, in training, I was like, yeah, I'm going to hit this. I might even hit 150 on a day. And it was not happening after that one. I'll tell you that. One after that last complex, I was like, there's no way I'm going up and wait. Jono, go up. You go up this way. Save me here, bro.
So, go again. Nah,
But man, on the floor, it's like it's the energy, bro.
Is there any way of preparing for that? I know that might sound like a dumb question, but is there any way, like psychology and stuff like that, like of preparing for that?
Nah, you just got to go to the comps, go to your local comps and experience. You can't, honestly, you cannot train with people watching you. You can't train unless you're in class, but like even then, it's not the same experience. Like that whole experience going to competitions is what gets you ready for moments like that. I mean, you can't train for those times like the complex where everyone's watching you. The flames are going. You got this pressure of other people lifting around you. Time, you're looking at the time. It's like, oh crap, you got to be lifting soon. So you can't really train for that. You can just trust your gut, and obviously the work that you've done in training hopefully pays off on the floor. So. Only way you could probably do it is go to a local comp. And get that.
Bring your own flamethrower. I'm just practicing.
You're going confetti blowing up behind you.
Hey, did they give you a fright on the podium when those fucking streamers went off?
Oh, dude. I was like, oh crap. something. Oh.
Bro, everyone has said the same. They're like, what the fuck was that?
Massive Friday.
We got a video of Bailey. He gets a massive fright, man. Like he nearly falls off the podium.
Oh, crazy.
Fucking funny, man.
I think everyone in the individual comp was almost confused because the confetti went off as soon as Zane crossed the line to finish the final workout. That was the weekend. So they probably thought the confetti was done.
Done.
Yeah, and then, there's another one. But just to quickly take it back while it's still relevant, have you ever had that superhuman feeling where, because I know doubt can be such a terrible thing for anyone in any sport, but like, Have you ever been in a position, I suppose the complex would be the most recent example, where you've gone to the bar and you're like, I'm lifting this, like there's 100% confidence, nothing shaking my confidence. I'm doing this for the crowd. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my supporters. Have you ever had that superhuman feeling where you're just like, this is going up and there is no other option?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the example of that was that day. I when I picked up that first clean, I was like, damn, this is gonna go good. You know, like I've got this, you know. And then second clean, and then the third clean was a little bit in front of me, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be hard now. But just that, you know, that energy, you just like, nah, there's no other way. You have to do it. You have to go for it. And like you said, that was probably my recent moment of like feeling like I've got this, you know, like that superpower. But the last workout that I would go back, that's when I felt like, shit, we've got this. Like we feel super good with that worm clean and jerks, with the muscles. I just felt like nothing was hurting. Like that was like, even though we had to race against, Torian Mayhem, it just felt like there was nothing hurting, you know. Other than just the lungs. But no, honestly, when you get up, the 3, 2, 1, jumped on the bar and just did the muscle ups, it was probably like the easiest muscle ups. So you just felt like you're just going over the bar.
Yeah.
And then you pick up the worm. It's just like, this worm does not feel like the worm we felt in thrusters, you know, the other day when we had to run 800 meters. It was just one of those moments where like, this is it, guys. We do well here. We punch our tickets to the games. And it was one of those moments where I just felt like the whole team just had that whole superpower of just like moving that worm so quick. I watched the video back. I couldn't believe how fast we were moving that worm.
Yeah.
Just like, but again, that's what it felt like. Just, you know, everything's on the line here. If we do well and we stay ahead of a couple of teams, you know, we go to the games. And it was just one of those moments. So going back to, I think, not a barbell, but that workout especially, just felt like we had superpowers on that one.
That's so sick.
So that was cool. But I'll go back a little bit. The year that we competed, I actually doubted myself on one of the workouts, and we almost lost our chance to go to the CrossFit Games at the Torian Pro. And so going back to, you know, we go through our phases where we learn from experiences, and I failed the workout. I don't remember. It was like handstand push-ups, synchro handstand push-ups, synchro deadlifts. It was a year where the pair one goes out, and in training, I stuffed up and I was like, crap. And we did it again. And I just kept, I didn't know how to kip handstand. I didn't know how to do a kipping handstand push-up. I don't know how, but then in another workout, I knew how to do it. But then in this particular workout, it just was not working. And I failed twice. And then I walked out on the floor that day, and I was just nervous. And I've never been nervous for like that kind of nerves before. You know, like I was like, shit, everyone's watching me. What if I fail? You know, that self-talk in my head was just that doubt. And and that workout was our worst workout, and it almost lost us the position. So we had to do well in the last workout, that final one with the rowing and the overhead squat and the double unders. We had to deliver just to go to the games. But that workout before, the handstand push-ups, I almost lost it for the guys. It's one of those moments that, you know, it's that self-doubt, you know, like, shit, I'm going to lose this. You know, I don't know if I know how to kip handstand push-up, and I couldn't. I was getting no reps, and my muscular fatigue in my arms. I was like, I can't handstand push up right now. And it was just seeing other teams finish. And I was like, no, like this is just bad.
Yeah.
And from that point, I learned that, you know, just, you can do this. Like, you know, if you've been putting in the work for years to get to this moment, like, why tell yourself now you can't do it? And I remember talking to Luke Starr after that, Starry from Star Strength, and he said, you know, you're an incredible athlete. Believe in yourself. And I was like, fuck. You know, so after that workout, we got into the final event, the rowing an overhead squat. Obviously, coming back, I was a little bit down. I was like, shit, we have to do well here. And then I remember talking to Starr, and he said, you know, you're an incredible athlete. Just believe in yourself. You've been putting in the work. And then I remember getting out there, and I just, like I said, that superpower moment came back again. You know, so it was a quick shift from telling myself I can't do a handstand push-up, or didn't even know how to kip, or my arms were fatigued. And then just having the right person in your corner talking to me at that right time, that right moment. And then, the rest is history after that workout. We end up crushing that one. It was a cool feeling. I don't know if you've seen the video, the reel of Henry crossing the line, going back. Across the line, and he just fist pumped the air, and you see the crowd at the back and the flames. It's like that's a cool video. But that was one of those moments where I was doubting myself a lot, and because it was in training, and that came back to me. It was like one of those yeah, those moments, I was like, fuck.
Do you sort of use that moment now positively? Like if you're getting a bit of doubt, you go, fuck, now remember what happened there? Let's fucking push.
100%. So I work my ass off on handstand push-ups now. You know, like you go back, I always tell people, like, you can go two ways. You can live on that moment and just keep going down and never come out of that hole and always scared of those actual particular moments, or you can come out of it and work hard on your craft. And then, you know, you can excel, and you'll look back at that and be like, you know, that was just one of those learning experiences. And I honestly use that as a positive moment. So every time I go into training, you know, you fail, it's like, that's a good sign. It's not a bad thing. You can come back from that. You know, it's proof to the pointing there. I actually failed, and then we came back the following workout and did well. So it's like a negative straight into a positive. So I always take that into my training. And anyone that I'm training and coaching here at the gym, you know, you go through some hard times, but then there's always ways you can bounce out of it.
Yeah. I think that's a massive mindset. Like you either win or you learn, you know what I mean? And I think that's huge. So yeah, to anyone like out there listening to that, like fucking Moses, a very elite athlete, you can still get that doubt and you can still be like, fuck, can I even handstand press up? So like, yeah, having that positive self-talk is fucking massive. So
100%. So I know I kind of diverted off your question, but I actually wanted to say that because it was like, I know if some people are listening to this, it's like,
no, it makes our job easier.
Yeah.
If you just ramble on for the next hour, sweet, bro.
go on those tangents, bro. Let them lead you where they may. Oh well, I guess the job is done now. We've clipped our ticket. The team is headed to the CrossFit Games. You said there, you brought up experience, and I think experience speaks volumes, especially at the games. You see a lot of rookies go there and sort of just trying to feel it out. But you've, as someone who's been and is going back, sort of how's the team feeling, and what are you trying to pass on to them to get them prepared for what's to come?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the guys are really excited. I think the excitement just gone to another level. You know, Torian Pro I think it was more nerve-wracking because it's like, this could be the end of our season if we don't make it. But now that we've made it, it's like the excitement has just gone up another level. Like training-wise, I feel like we've just gone up another notch from Torian Pro, just because I think the pressure is now off in terms of making it. But I still have to remind our guys, like, we're out on the main floor, or like the main stage now. So you're going to have more people watching. You know, there's pressure when you get out on that floor. So the experience that I took, obviously taking it to the team is like, you know, you got to soak up these moments, and you got to, you know, this is earned. It's not actually, you can't buy this ticket. You can't just go and spend all the money in the world just to go to the CrossFit Games. You actually have to earn it by going through the ranks. So regardless of, you know, what you're going through, you just put in the work, and the experience that I've been passing on to these guys is that, you know, it's honestly a privilege to be out on that floor. And so just soak it up. And these guys are fit. You know, our teammates, they're fit. They know what to do. It's just bringing them back down a little bit sometimes, just to make sure that, you know, we still have a job to do. We still have our goals. You know, our goals is to try and, you know, do so well at the games. But these guys are fit. They know their role. They know what to do. I just sometimes here and there just give them some advice, but I don't know, like, yeah, it's hard. Like I said, these guys are experienced athletes. They're just excited.
Yeah. No, cool.
It's funny, that whole like part there, you like didn't even talk about yourself. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, you the whole time were like, these guys. When you clip that ticket to the games and, like, you know, cross the line on that last one, like, is that where your mind is? Like, fuck, like, I get to take these guys to the games. Like, this is, because like they've never been there before.
100%. This is their first time, but it was never about, like, I try not to make it as individuals. Like, we're individually good. We bring stuff to the table. You know, we all have our attributes as a team, but it's always been about the team. It's never been like, oh, I've made it to the games before. That doesn't matter. Like, this is a whole new experience. You know, I'm trying to create more memories, you know, the teammates that I have, because people ask me, what's that? You know, it was always people ask me, what's the team like compared to, you know, 2022? I'm like, I had great memories with the guys with Christy, Brian, and Henry. But these guys here, they're amazing people. You know, like I'm trying to create more memories with these guys, and this team is, you know, they've got different dynamics, and it's like you said, like when we punched our tickets to the games, I was like, fuck yeah, these guys deserved it. You know,
that's so cool.
You know, like these guys have been busting their asses off in training, like in the summer here in Brisbane. I don't know if you've been to a box here in Brizzy. It is incredibly hot. And especially in my gym, right? We used to train in the back corner where it's just dead hot. Like it's just hot. There's no airflow. We'd just have one fan. And I just remember the first session, these guys, I just hated it. I was like, this is it, guys. This is where we're either going to make it or not.
In this corner with this fan.
And I'm pretty sure if you ever talk to those three, they'll tell you the same thing. You know, like, but they deserve every part of it. You know, Lisa and Jono last year. I don't know if you know much about that team. They almost made it to the games last year, and it's like, okay, these guys have what it takes. It's just hopefully with my experience coming into the team might help them up a little bit. And Adrian, obviously being an individual athlete, she was the one with the least experience, but she picked it up straight away. You know, she picked it up. She had no idea how to use a worm in January, like just had no idea.
Oh, right.
And had no idea. Like I was like, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I like this, or like she was just, you know, questioning herself because obviously being brand new to a team, it's like I'm the one with the least experience, that she would always doubt herself, you know, going back to that. But now she's just freaking crazy. She's strong. She's freaking amazing on the worm. We all do well on the worm. I think that's one of our favorite movements. I think because we just spend so much time on it.
Well, it showed in that last event.
Oh, that last. So good, eh?
Yeah, that was sick.
But yeah, that's good.
How good, man.
Like yeah, carry on.
I was just going to say, because you've obviously got that experience, and I know we've said that a lot this podcast, to be fair, for her having that self-doubt, it must be pretty cool to have someone like you to be like, nah, like this is how you can handle it and work around it.
Oh, look, I don't, when I first met AD, I was like, you have the ability, and have what it takes, you know, to be in, like, to do well in this team. It was just giving her some, you know, I said, just be patient. It takes time, you know, but if we spend more time together, we will pick this up straight away. Like I said, she was already fit. Like she's already proved herself on the individual floor, I think 2 years now in a row. It's just unfortunate with injuries and sickness. She couldn't really establish herself. And then, so you kind of know that she's good enough to be out there. It was just like, okay, how do we help her out as a team? Not just me, but Jono, also Lisa. You know, how do we help Adrian, you know, come up together with us?
Yeah.
And like we did a cluster comp here in the Gold Coast, and I think it was our third session as a team together. So we didn't really have any idea how the dynamics would work, and we kind of just like second session, I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do, and then we're going to turn up the cluster and just hopefully it works. And it did, you know. I was like, okay, we got what it takes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, and then all we needed was just time, and Adrian just picked it up straight away. And it's just been good, you know, watching all three of them just evolve, you know, as athletes and as, you know, as a team. It's been awesome to, you know, have this opportunity to work with them. But yeah, and being part of our community, it's just been amazing. And these guys obviously deserve a lot of credit.
That's massive.
Awesome.
Well, we can't wait to watch you throw down. Can't wait for all three Mayhem Oceania teams to throw down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Are you guys headed to Mayhem?
Yeah, so we're going to Cookville on the 22nd of July. So we fly out in about 4 weeks' time. So we're going to get ready for that, you know, acclimatize to the heat. Apparently it's super hot over there. So we want to get over a little bit early. But also just for them to, like, the CrossFit Games is one thing, right? But going to, you know, Mayhem, Rich Froning, get to meet him and go to the barn and all, like, the guys are already talking about, like, this is going to be such a cool experience. It's like, exactly. Like, you can't buy this stuff. You know what I mean? You can't put a money number or towards this. It's like you have to earn your ticket to go to the games, to go to Cookville. You know what I mean? So this is an opportunity for us to experience this. And we're just fortunate enough, you know, like I always, like I said, going back to being privileged to have these opportunities. And if it wasn't for these 3 guys, I wouldn't be going back again, you know. And
it's well earned, man. Like you say, going to the barn, it's not like you can just rock up to Rich's place and just go on for a session. Like you have to earn the right to be there. So that's sick, bro.
In Mayhem, like I know, like they've got their back facility as in the, you know, the athlete zone that the athletes can go and train, and like they have a ranking system. So during the off season, you're allowed to train in the back room, but as the season kicks on, it's like you got the open, and if you make it to the next stage, you're allowed in it. If you make it to the next stage, you're allowed in it. Yeah, so if you make it in the semifinals, you're allowed in it. But if you don't make it to the next stage, you have to go out and let the athletes obviously take priority of the room. So we're going to be banging out with like obviously the top guys like Roman and Guy and like, you know, the other team there. You know what I mean? So it's just going to be an awesome vibe. Not just the Oceania teams, but all over the world going to be there. You know, you're going to see your best athletes.
But how cool, there's going to be like 12 Oceania athletes just in there. Like, yeah, represent.
Like 2 years ago, I just remember like Rich, it was Rich's last year, and just training alongside Rich. And I remember like that, I would always remember just being next to Rich. And I was like, fuck, that's such a cool moment. We'd lift the same barbell, like on the same bar, and he would just be watching me in the background. I got videos of just him watching while I'm lifting. It's like, fuck, that's a cool experience, you know? Yeah. And going to his barn, like just shit like that, bro. It's unreal. So I'm looking forward to these guys experience the same thing that I did 2 years ago.
That's mean. Can you get a New Zealand flag put up in the barn somewhere? Can we push for that? Surely.
Yeah. Dad said you got to take both flags when you go this year. I was like, yep, have to.
Sweet as. That's definitely. More Kiwi flags, the better.
Hard out.
Mean.
So keen as for that.
Easy. Rightio. Look, we're coming up on an hour, so we'll look to wrap things up here. I feel like we could go on forever, but I think after the games there'll be.
I do have a quick random question that I kind of just feel like asking.
Yeah.
Obviously, CrossFit's a huge part of your life now, but if it wasn't CrossFit, what do you reckon you'd be up to now?
Oh,
Premier League.
I tell you what. All right, so I had to make a decision. My wife. This sounds really different, but I love gaming. I love FIFA. And I'm like a massive FIFA player. Like I was like ranked top 99% in the world in FIFA. I was like a massive FIFA gamer.
Oh, you're a gamer.
Oh, I'm not that good.
You're a gamer.
No, I'm not that good.
And then I love the game. Like I would play the game like honestly after training, but then obviously making the decision to do CrossFit, I have to put that to the side. And so it might be it would either be that or I did DJ a little bit before I did CrossFit. So
okay.
What was your DJ name?
Just DJ Mo. So simple. I didn't really have anything crazy. I would just do like events around, like local events around here, boxing events, and I just enjoyed. Like I just love music. So, but otherwise it'd be gaming. I think it would be like FIFA.
All right.
If we come over and train after our session, surely 1v1.
Easy. Let's go.
Let's go. I'll
play with India then. You can play with India.
Oh, this guy. Fuck off, boy. I'll play with...
Nah, dude,
I'm going to embarrass you in the gym and on the PlayStation.
Oh, my goodness.
Do not clip that.
Dude, I'll be keen as.
I don't play FIFA, but I understood that reference.
Oh, yeah, nah. Far out. Yeah, okay. Shit, that'd be fun.
That's Mo's retirement plan. Just subscribe on Twitch. Here we go.
Oh, man. My wife would hate that. I told her straight after the games, I was like, babe, after the games, you reckon I could get back on that PlayStation? She said, no way. And I was like,
oh, come on. Come on. Got to strike a deal here somewhere. Yeah, sorry. You go.
Oh no! Otherwise, it'd just be here. Like we've got so many good athletes in this box, and my passion is to take as many people to Torian plus to the CrossFit Games in the future. And that's my passion and goal. So put gaming aside, it'd be more so coaching and giving the experience that I have to the young athletes that we've got in the gym. Also to the people, to the members that have gone to pro. We had a team that went to the pro this year as well. So there's just like there's some good athletes coming through our box, and I wouldn't mind dabbling in that kind of scene maybe after I've kind of retired.
That's mean. That's mean. Rightio. Moving on. So the last part of the show is getting the last guest to ask you a question. We actually have two questions. We have two questions.
This doesn't come around. I'm like, damn.
So last week we had Jay and Bailey on, and Bailey is a fucking loose unit.
You're asking Bailey's one.
I'll ask Bailey. So we got two questions. One from Jay, one from Bailey. I'll ask Bailey's first because Bailey's is fucking loose.
Are you asking Bailey's first?
I'll ask Bailey's first, yeah, because Jay's one's actually pretty relevant to you.
Yeah, okay.
So Bailey wants to know, if you were guaranteed not to get in trouble, would you rather compete drunk or high?
Oh,
thanks, Bailey.
Oh.
Cheers, Bailey. Appreciate you.
There's no repercussions from anywhere.
I just know, like, I'd probably say high, maybe because just when I remember training, being like pissed one time, and I freaking hated it. Like, I was like, just hated it. So I haven't trained when I was high, so maybe I'll say that because I know what it's like to do it when I'm drunk. Okay. So
that's no good. We'll go the other way.
Yeah,
but to anyone out there listening, don't do drugs.
No.
Like I said, I've never done it that way, so maybe I'll try the other way.
Sweet is.
That'll be my answer.
All right. Anyway, the more serious question.
Yeah, Jay hooked you up. He may have been notified as to who he was asking, but he's not supposed to. But if you had the option to switch, would you go individual or stay team at the CrossFit Games?
This year?
Just any year. You can't. I wouldn't bring this year into it because you guys have worked hard and it's your thing.
Oh, I haven't done it as an individual. So, like, even just out on the Torian Pro floor. So that's a good question because I've always done teams. And so can you just go back to that question again? I want to make sure I don't stuff this one up.
If you could,
if it's
go to CrossFit Games as an individual team.
Yeah.
Okay. Or I'd say team. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because I obviously haven't experienced the individual side yet, so I would say team.
All right.
I would love to go back again, but that's a tough one.
That's cool. that checks out because Alethea Boone, she's done them both, but she said that her most enjoyable year, she's like, individual is super rewarding, but her most enjoyable year was when she went team.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't experienced the individual side, so it's like team, and it's honestly a lot of fun.
Yeah. No doubt.
How good. Well, there it is.
There we go, team. Before we wrap up, bro, is there anyone you want to give a quick shout
out? To my wife, Alicia, and my 3 kids. They're the rock. You know, that's what I do without them. And then the gym, our community, CrossFit EXF, obviously. And to my sponsors that look after me and support me all the way through, LSKD, Jason and the team down there. Taylor, Brian, sports dietitian. And then you got Dr. Gabby. I didn't really mention her, but she's my secret weapon.
Yeah. Go on, give her a shout out.
Yeah. Old Dr. Gabby. She changed everything around, like, just my whole, like, from, mindset, when we talk about mindset. So maybe we're on another time. We'll get her on there. We'll give it a bit of a wrap up. But yeah, Dr. Gabby, and Josh, who's my physio as well, and Neats, my masseuse, and then Frog Grips. There you go. So those guys. Oh, thank you very much for supporting us. So give them a big shout out.
Perfect.
That's what we
appreciate you guys. Thank you, man. And I appreciate you. Shout out to you boys.
Oh, appreciate you too, bro. Made us feel special right at the start.
Yeah, hard out. He actually listens.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of the first things I like look on YouTube. Is like, have these boys put something up there?
Fuck, I appreciate it.
There's a good one up now, bro. It's good for a laugh. We've thought of Jay and Bailey. It's pretty funny.
Sick.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you boys again. Maybe after the games, we'll see how we'll do like a wrap up on it.
Oh shit, yeah.
Here for it.
We want to try and get over there for Down Under, so maybe we'll try and come say g'day. Come to Logan first or something.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I got to show you how to play FIFA.
Hey, I'm always down for a game of FIFA, bro.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you said PlayStation too, because if it was Xbox,
No,
I would have hung up.
I don't know the buttons there.
Why are the thumbsticks in the wrong? Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No good.
Anyway, boy.
Now, thank you for your time, brother. Really appreciate it. And a huge good luck to you and the team over in Fort Worth.
Easy.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sweet. All right, bro. Take it easy.
Peace.